What's up again? So sorry about that. Some sort of difficulty with Twitch or OBS. Didn't miss much though. So we have Franklin Drake apparently in that shuttle. Ah, Captain Grimo, how good to see you again. I'm sure you remember me, Captain. It was your help that allowed me to deal with our little Davidian problem in the Eta Eridani sector block. And later, you were of great assistance to one of my agents in the Agrama system. I'm pleased that you're here to help me again. Those true-way fighters could have made things difficult for me if you weren't here, but they're not my main concern. There's a dangerous situation on board of the USS Obsidian, and you can help. A few members of the crew, Vulcans and Betazoids mostly, are going quite insane. Officer attacking officer. No one is safe. Oh. As much as I wanted to stay and solve the problems, I am just one man. Oh, this ties in nicely to the research that Hakiv was doing in the arena, in the Colosseum. If you remember, the mission logs, the logs that we read in his rooms were said that Betazoids are able to sense betrayal almost instantly, but they are overcome by situations with strong emotions, and Vulcans cannot deal with their own strong emotions. So this sounds like a Iconian combo going on here. As much as I want to stay and solve the problem, I am just one man. So I did the next best thing. I escaped with the hope of finding help. And here you are. I will provide you with the Obsidian's last known coordinates. We need to help her crew before it's too late. Captain, I have a visual on the Obsidian and she is under attack. I don't understand why we weren't picking up their energy signature earlier. Recommend we take these sensors offline and perform a level 1 diagnostic as soon as we return to Starbase. This is true. Sir, we'll need to board the Obsidian to help the crew, but first we're going to have to deal with the true way. Where? Oh, there we go. So let's see if I can do the same maneuver I was trying to do before I got disconnected. We're going to do an impulse burst. We're going to fly in with warp core plasma. Just gonna do this a little bit to make sure that they're properly surrounded. That wasn't part of the maneuver though. Let's do a tighter turn. And have some Tychon's Rift, have some Acetone Beam, and some Tachyons. Good. Ooh, another phaser relay, Mark 8, and it's a rare one. That should fetch a nice price. Excellent work, Grimo. Now then, there is a small matter of the Obsidian's crew. As near as I could tell, only those with telepathic abilities were acting strangely. The good news is that before I left the Obsidian, I was able to secure a small amount of an experimental telepathy suppressor. Your medical officer should be able to replicate more. The compound requires direct injection, so you will need to subdue the subject before administering the cure. Once injected, I'll transport the target directly to the Obsidian's sickbay, where they can receive complete and proper care. I'll be joining you on the away team, Grimo. Don't worry, I'll stay out of your way and let you do your job. The Chief Medical Officer reports that the compound is prepared and loaded into hypospace, sir. The away team will beam over at your command. I just want to know what kind of class of ship the USS Obsidian is. At this distance, it looks like a Miranda class. Okay, they are repairing a little bit. Yeah, definitely looks like a Miranda class. Okay. Beam to ship. See, they've gone mad. Set your phasers to stun and then apply the telepathy suppressors. I'll take care of them once you've done that. Continue. Make it stop. Make it stop. Starfleet Combat Engineer. Well, the best way to make it stop is to orbital strike you. Orbital strike inside the ship. Well, would have been silly if they just stopped you from doing that. That would have maybe broken the class a little bit. So I'm not too concerned about it. A little bit immersion breaking, but still good fun. So we have... I wonder why there are so many telepathic crew members on this ship then. Uh-oh. Franklin Drake is literally just standing there. I can deal with it. At least he isn't getting in the way, actually. So he did what he promised. Starfleet Security Commander. Ooh, a bit tougher, eh? Okay, let's beam everyone to sickbay. Vulcan. It looks like the bridge set. Oh! Strange. Look at that! Oh my god. Oh my god. That's so silly. Okay, let's put her out of her misery, I guess. Here! Have a martial arts strike. Small power cell. Okay. My single target damage isn't that great as an engineer, sadly. I mean, I could do mines, but that might be a little bit overkill. Yeah, let's try some mines. Will they arm fast enough? Well, reasonably fast enough. Eight out of 20. Still a long way to go. Okay, let's do mortar and orbital strike. Good thing we're not accidentally killing anyone. With all these grenades and mines and orbital strikes. Speaking of which... Nice. I wonder if when the transphasic bomb detonates, I mean, if the creature dies, the actual NPC that represents the transphasic bomb dies, I wonder if it detonates beforehand, or if it is invalidated, incapacitated, as it were. Would be an interesting thing to note. I'll have to look that up, maybe. Or I could look at the combat logs. That would be a good idea too, but they're probably really... yeah, they're really spammy. They're really spammy. Phaser damage... too many rounds of combat between then and now to actually see. Yeah. We'll have to look that up. Shield generator, didn't miss anyone, okay. Let's see if I can knock him into the mines. Sort of, almost, maybe, kinda. Ouchies! He didn't like that. He didn't like that, and... come on. Drake, could you maybe revive me a little bit? Just a tiny bit. Okay, we need a cover shield, and we need... oh my god, wrong facing! Fuck you! Okay, we can still hide behind it. Support drone. Yes, Drake, you are doing very well, sir. Devel being a champ. Administer telepathy suppressor. I'm gonna have to spawn the cover shield somewhere else so that Drake can get out of there, or else the mission will probably get broken. Oh, he got out on his own. Very good. Let's see. So one left here. Starfleet Combat Engineer. Let's give him some Combat Engineer stuff to enjoy, like Orbital Strike. Very good. Open crate. Delicious. Delicious, delicious crate. I'll take it. All I could hear was this terrible voice in my mind, says this guy. Well done, Captain. Now there's just one more thing we need to deal with. You see, I wasn't completely honest with you earlier. Big surprise. Oh, don't look surprised. When am I completely honest with anyone? I like my ex. I know what's happened to the crew. Have you heard of the Undyne? Do you know what they have? That they have telepathic powers. I believe that the captain of the Obsidian, Anyan Karna, has been replaced by one of these mind-controlling shapeshifters. Undyne infiltration would explain why officers who are sensitive to psychic phenomena are experiencing trauma. Proximity to the Undyne is literally making them mad. Captain, I need your help to deal with Captain Anyan, and it is your duty as a Starfleet officer to assist me. How convenient for you. The turbolift ahead will take us directly to the bridge. Prepare yourself, this is going to be a tough fight. Prepare your butts for insertion. Okay. So, turbolift. Let us make our way over to the bridge. Drake, you have a lot of nerve coming back here. Captain, I don't know what he's told you, but I can guarantee it has all been lies. The cause of my ship's distress is standing right next to you. I know he looks human, but he's not. He's an Undine. Please, Captain, you've got to believe me. This creature in front of you means to kill us all. I need your help. And Grimo, know that I will destroy my ship and everyone on it if that's what it takes to stop this menace. Don't force my hand. This thing is attempting to deceive you. Do not believe its lies. Captain, help me before it destroys us all. You know what I'm capable of, Grimo. If I have to, I'll destroy this ship and everyone on it to keep an Undine out of Starfleet. Best option, knock them both out. And sort it out later. Captain, my tricorder doesn't indicate that either Anyan or Drake is an Undine. I'm not sure who to trust, but if we don't act quickly, hundreds of people aboard this ship could die. Choose a side. Oh, I need to choose an actual side. I suggest trying to get more information out of them and quickly. The question is, who can you trust? No one. You cannot trust anyone. That's what you need to learn, kids. This is what this stream is all about. You can't trust anyone in your life. I'm just kidding. So let's talk to Drake first. Captain, you know me. Do not be fooled. What happened to the crew? Like I told you earlier, I believe that extended contact with an Undine has adversely affected the members of the crew with telepathic sensitivities. But we know this isn't true, because if you'll recall, one of our first missions, I mean, as far as counting on STO consistency, one of our first missions was to get a Vulcan ambassador to a monastery, but the Vulcan ambassador was actually an in disguise Undine, and he was living on Vulcan. So if the Vulcans on Vulcan were not all affected by this supposed psionic backlash, then Drake's story is not holding up very well. Like I told you earlier, I believe that extended contact with an Undine has adversely affected the members of the crew with telepathic sensitivities. They're all safe in sickbay now, thanks to you. You saved their lives. Tell me about the Undine. They're a threat to our way of life, telepathic shapeshifters dedicated to our destruction. They must be stopped. What is Section 31? We keep you safe. We do what needs to be done. The founders of the Federation realize that sometimes you can't talk your way out of every situation. Sometimes action, even drastic action, is needed. Oh, Nikoni. Oh my god. That's a little bit too much for Twitch. Nice joke though. I say even after having made those sorts of jokes previously. Okay, continue. Article 14, Section 31 of the original United Earth Starfleet Charter allows certain rules of conduct, even the Prime Directive, to be relaxed during times of extraordinary threat. Make no mistake, Captain, this is one of those times. Why should I trust you? I'll question the other guy first, and then I'll pick the green options, just in case one of them triggers something. Captain Karna, here, have some mines. Please, you must listen to me. What happened to your crew? I honestly don't know. We were on a routine mission when we were ordered to take Drake aboard. That's when the problem started. I suspect he's the cause of everything. What do you know about the Undine? What every Starfleet captain knows. They're shape-shifting telepathic aliens from a dimension known as fluidic space, and apparently they see us as a threat. The Undine have infiltrated almost every race in the quadrant, and they're pushing us all towards war. We have to find them and reveal them. Most of all, we have to resist their destructive influence and remember that the Federation is dedicated to peace. I have a feeling that you know a little bit more than you should, though. What is Section 31? They are a secret group within the Federation that aren't acknowledged by Starfleet Command or the Federation government. They think they're dealing with threats to our safety. I think they are cowards and murderers who spread fear and hide their unspeakable acts behind a false concern for security. They are anathema. They must be stopped. Let's see, why should I believe you? Do you know anything about Franklin Drake? He's a liar and a criminal, and that made him the perfect target for Undine replacement. Sorry. Continue. Drake has done unspeakable things in the interests of preserving the Federation. But by those actions, he has destroyed the ideals upon which the Federation was founded. He's Section 31, and if the Undine are in that organization, they're everywhere. Grimo, you can't believe anything Drake says, but I give you my word as Starfleet Captain that I am not a threat. Cancel. Guys, I don't think this is the time to be doing that sort of... maybe just move over here. Okay. Waterboard them both. Oh my god. Let's see. So, okay, you guys need to move out of there. Yay for glitches. Okay, either way we're gonna need some turrets. Okay, talk to Franklin Drake. Why should I trust you? I have dedicated my life to eradicating threats to the Federation. The Undine may be one of the greatest that we have ever faced. They could accomplish everything that the Dominion set out to do and more. Okay, so here's my deal. So, like I said, we already learned from a previous mission that an Undine posing as a Vulcan ambassador did not trigger any adverse reactions in Vulcan population, like the ones that we have here, and he was infiltrated for a few months at least. So Drake's story doesn't really hold up, so I'm actually going to side with this captain, with Captain Karna. Why should I believe you? Also, mines first. Because I'm very trusting. Just in case. You understand, of course. Talk to Captain Karna. Why should I believe you? Continue. Continue. Help Captain Karna. Ouchies! And we're in the holodeck. What the fuck? So that's how it's going to be. I've learned a lot about you today, Grimo. You managed to survive, but I wouldn't... arguably, but I wouldn't say you've passed our examination. Your decision-making abilities need improvement, and frankly, I question your dedication to defend the Federation. Well, fuck you, because your story was shit. We will be in touch should Section 31 find a use for someone like you. Remember, Captain, everything that happened here is classified. If you speak of it to anyone, well, I wouldn't want to be you if that happens. A court-martial could be the least of your problems. We were on a holodeck all along? When? How? I don't like this, Captain. Neither do I. Why would someone put us through this? I wonder how much of this was a test. Were the Kardashians really out there hunting us? Was it all a setup? We can leave the system when you're ready, but maybe we can learn a little more from Drake before we go. Let's actually do that. Fat loots. Targeting armor, meh. Phaser pulse wave assault. The Iconians. Hayden says the Iconians have only two plans. Plan 1, kill all species in the galaxy. Plan 2, smoke all of their goddamn sweet Mary Jane. I think the Iconians are a little bit more interested in enslaving all the species in the galaxy, though. The Undine were the ones we were trying to fight here, though, which are a little bit sillier. Let's talk to Drake a little bit. No? Of course not. So can't talk to Drake actually. The advertised conversation was not delivered as advertised. I wish to speak to a customer services representative. Let's report. Well done, Captain. It sounds like we were all fooled by Section 31. They were probably behind the reports of the stellar anomalies that I sent you to find, and once you were away from DS9, they put you through their little test. Section 31 considers themselves to be patriots, so dedicated to preserving the Federation that they will do anything to help it. But if we give up our morals and ideals in the name of security, is there anything left to save? Good point. So I'm gonna take directed energy distribution manifold, collect reward, and we're gonna equip it right now. Extra beam damage, delicious. Hail Starfleet! Nikoni, I think you phrased that way intentionally. Undine have a lot of green-colored starships. I wonder what substance they are made of. Probably boogers. Judging by... I think that's what you meant. No. Or weed. Are you trying to say boogers or weed? It's a very big difference, you know. But they are from fluidic space. So probably boogers. Okay. This is enough for this mission.